Hello guys, I hope you're sharp. And yeah, it's been a while since I posted a video here on YouTube. So today I got a comment where I was asked to do a follow-up analysis of VIX 75, simply because there's a just because there's a new candlestick now on monthly. But it's fine, that's what I'll be doing in this video. And the reason why I've been kind of off was because I'm, spending most of the time with the guys in the mentorship where I'm still teaching them, and we're almost done. Soon I'll be taking a second group if there's anyone that's interested. So let's get started. So let's just remove this. As always, we always start there with the highest time frame just to see if there's anything new there. But in this case, you can see that there's really nothing. We always talk about this trend line and this support, but now in this case, maybe we can say from around there, that's where you are having the opposite structure. Maybe you can say the price is sort of coming from the resistance. It came from support, went all the way up to the resistance. Maybe it will feel the hit from resistance and drop, but there's nothing much. This new candlestick here on monthly doesn't change anything. The structure here is still the same. Let's check weekly. On weekly, we were saying when you're going up, if you watch the previous videos, when you're going up, the trend line was there, and then when you're going down, the trend line was here. And if you still remember, this weekly area of support is the one that was inside the monthly one, which is the one where it was a nice area to take the buy trades, and you always target in the opposite structure. In this case, our resistance is around there. And even though the trend line seems to be very challenged, but the resistance is still holding. So let's now move to daily and see if you'll find anything there. On daily, I'm sure you still remember we once had, when you were going down, we said the bearish trend line was here at some point. The bearish trend line was there. It was here. And if it was there, it means our area of resistance was this one here. I just want to make sure that we start this thing from scratch so that when we are doing the follow-up, analyzing the new structures, at least it will make sense. So you can see that none of the two was broken. So both the trend line and the area of resistance on daily are still holding. None of them was broken. So the area, it was tested here for the first time, and then it got rejected, went up, tested here again, got rejected, went up, tested again. And the comment that I made in the previous video was that even though, because we can't say this is the first touch of the trend line, because at this point we didn't have a trend line. So the first touch of the trend line is this second one. This one is just the touch of a zone, but it didn't touch the trend line. So we can't say just because the level has been tested before and the level now seems like it's being penetrated like that, and say we expect it to be broken. No, we don't know what's going to happen. Even if the level can be tested 1,000 times, if it's not broken, it's not broken. It can still hold the price. So we'd rather wait for it to be broken first before we can trade against it. If it is still holding, even if it was tested 10 times already, it doesn't mean now it has to be broken. Which is why here, even though the price tried to go up, but it was still at the trend line, it was still at that weekly area of resistance, it is still inside the daily area of resistance, and even the trend line was not yet broken. So you can see there was just too much force pushing to the downside. So it was sort of, you can't look to buy inside here. I mean, everything on the higher time frames is pushing you down, and in this case the price went all the way down. Then let's see if it changed anything when it went down. So when it was going up, it did give us a couple of higher highs and higher lows, and with the current one, or the most recent one, being this one here. Let's just use a normal trend line so that you can see exactly where it is. So this was the bullish trend line when you're going up, or it's still the bullish trend line. Not yet broken, but you can see that this being the nearest area of support. Even in the previous video, we marked this and say, if you get the reason to sell here, just don't be afraid. This level is not yet broken. Yes, the price made like a long bullish candlestick to the upside, but it is still inside the daily area of resistance, around the weekly area of resistance, and even on monthly. Remember I said it seems like the opposite zone on monthly was being tested there. So that's why if you take a sell, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but you had every reason to look for selling trades there and targeting the opposite level. You can see here the price is touching what? The trend line and the zone. But now the thing that's worrisome is that we are coming from sort of the monthly, even though that zone on monthly doesn't look nice. If you look at it, it doesn't look nice. Like, it's just like if I just zoom in from here, from this, you can see it's just like two rejection candlesticks. That's not a nice zone, but it's still a nice zone. It's still a zone, and it's still on higher time frame, so you can still push the price all the way down. And now it pushed to this one, and it was broken. So this daily support is broken, which means now in terms of daily resistance, we can stay away from this one for now. This was the one that was there before we had something, so we can now shift this and bring it here and say now we do have a new zone, which is this one here. And what did this zone do? It gave us a nice move to the downside and broke an area of support, which is why it is strong. So should the price close outside the trend line and then maybe go up there, we can still look to sell from that level and hope that it will drop like that. It will all depend on how it behaves, because currently the trend line is not yet broken. The level is taken out, but the trend line is not yet broken. So they are different. There's the way you look for a trend line break and a zone to be broken is not the same, which is something that I've been teaching the guys in the mentorship. This level has been broken, but this trend line is not broken. So let's check what's happening on H4. Let's check what's happening on H4. So on H4, in terms of the trend line, when we were going up, it was the same. Okay, let's remove this one here so that it doesn't create a mess. So even this daily one, we can remove it for now. So on H4, when we were going up, this daily bullish trend line, even on H4, it was accurate, because this move from here is the same move that we had on daily. Even on H4, it doesn't have this. That would have allowed you to have a different trend line. So meaning the daily and weekly and H4 bullish trend lines were at the same level. And what did the price do? The price came down. It sort of came down and then played there, came down, played there, came down. And then when it hit the trend line, you can see the bulls there, even though we were around their level, they are not showing any sign of reversal. If you're looking to take trades from there, you can see that, but rather the best, they still showed you that they are still in it, because they gave you what you call a bearish rejection candlestick over a pin bar. You can see that there was just too much bearish force, which is the one that resulted in this move and took out this low, or took out this area of support. That's what broke that daily area of support, if you still remember this one. Now let's go back to H4 and see where we can place a bearish trend line to mark the current, sort of the move to the downside. So if you check, we had this, went up, went this. When you did that and went lower than this, that's when the first time you were allowed to place a bearish trend line. So the bearish trend line was there at some point. So I'm trying to take it up so that you can see exactly where I'm placing it. But it's fine. It's there. It was here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's just use the normal trend line there. So when you gave you that lower low, the trend line was here. Now, and then the price went down, and then it did this. It went up, and then it did this and gave you another lower low, which means what? You need to update that trend line that you are having. Then now the trend line moved from there. It came here, and which is what pushed the price here. And then now you're just there saying, let me see which one is going to be broken. Are the bulls going to defend their zone and then break that one, or are the bears going to keep on pushing and defeat this level here, or this trend line of the bulls? And which is what happened here. The bears are the ones that won this battle. They pushed down, and then they broke. They on H4, both the support and the zone are broken. But on daily, it's a different story. We only broke the support, and the trend line is not yet broken. So you need to know how to tell if it's a level is broken, and how to tell when a trend line is broken, because the way you break a zone and how you break a trend line, it's not the same. So now let's continue assessing. And then from there we moved down, came here, went up, and then came down again, another lower low, which means the current H4 trend line to the downside is this one. Is this one here. So if this is the current trend line, so if I was to mark a zone here, it's either you're gonna mark it here as this one that gave you a lower low, or you're gonna go back and look for a level that gave you a move and broke the trend line. So in this case, which one can we take? You can put it here from this highest point here and to this body like this. So this is the zone that is strong. This one, it is strong in a sense that it gave you, so it was a market drop and then we pause there and then we drop again. That's when we resulted in the break of that trend line. So this area of resistance here is the one that gave us a move to the downside and broke the trend line, the bullish trend line, this one, right? And then the other one that I said you can mark is this one here. But this one, all it did was just give you a lower low, but this lower low didn't do anything. Already when it was formed, let's check if that zone was broken already. Was it? Yes. It seems like this point here, or this nice area of support, this one here. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Pay attention. So, okay, I just want a different color. Let's use white. So you see this level here. When the price was playing around there, we had this and went down, meaning we had a trend line there. Then from this, that's when we went all the way up and broke the areas of resistance and broke the trend line, which means this was a very strong area of support. The strong area of support, right? So now look what happened. This strong area of support ends here. And if you check here, it looks like this level got broken here. So meaning it was broken by the same move that started here, went all the way down and broke the trend line and the support, which means this level is stronger than this one here. This one here just gave you a lower low, but this lower low didn't do anything. So I'd feel more confidence if I was looking for selling trades from here as opposed to this one here. And again, if you look at the lower one, this one here, another negative thing is that you don't have enough RR, or the risk to reward. You don't have enough RR there, and the price doesn't give you, it didn't play away from the zone, it didn't consolidate away from the zone. So this is not a good zone. I would rather take this one that gave me a move and broke the trend line and broke the support. That's the one that I would take. And if you check now, here's another thing. When you're going up, this was the nearest area of support. Or you can even take this one here and say there was a pause here, even though the color was bullish, but the type of a candlestick, we're interested in the shape. So when the price came here, you can see it played, sort of reacted from that, and then it went up. When it's coming back again, this one you could have taken it because of what? The first touch of a zone is the strongest one. From there, you need to be skeptical when you think of taking a zone for the second time. The same way when a trend line is being tested, like I already mentioned, the more it is tested, the weaker it gets, which means I'll feel confidence when I'm taking a trade during the first touch or a first pullback. From there, I need more confirmation before I can give that trend line or that zone a chance to go again, right? So in this case, what I'm trying to show you is that this area of support, what sort of, if you look for a reason to buy there, I got a trade here. I'll just show you, as you can see here on my screen. I got a trade, and then the price moved up. I was targeting this. I was targeting that. So it moved up by about 300 points, I think. Focus on my trade was somewhere from here. And then I think it was about 300 points if I counted. Yes, I think it was about 300. You can see 318 or so. So I got that trade, but unfortunately the price didn't go. It missed this level from here because that's where I was going to exit. I wanted to exit here. I wanted to exit there because remember, during that time, no structure was broken. Everything was bullish, and the nearest area of support was here, which is why I wanted to sort of join the bulls. I was hoping that they would go all the way up, but as much as you're still bullish, look at how the price came back to activate you. This here is messing up your profit margin. It's creating another opposite level, which is why I was targeting this when I wanted to exit. But unfortunately, the price didn't get there. I'm not ahead. I will catch the next one. So when it came for the second time, already this level has been tested. So you need to be skeptical in taking trades from there. But if you get confirmation, you can give it a second chance. Because this move here is just a pullback. It did not do anything to the left. It didn't break any trend line. It didn't break any area. So it's just there. You can't say I'm going to trade from here, and it didn't even move away. All the candlesticks are here, so you need to be careful. So those are some of the features or the things that you need to look out for, so that you can know when you're supposed to just stay out of trouble. If it works out without you, it's fine. You didn't lose anything. You still have all your money, you see. So let's see. From there it came for the second time, and let's see if it gave any sense. Here it came for the second time. It gave you what? Rejection candlesticks. And you were like, okay, maybe the bulls are still there. Maybe the bulls are trying to come in and then now push all the way to the top. But keep in mind, I will always tell you that a pin bar, when you form a pin bar, if the price doesn't manage to break the range of that pin bar, then whoever that created that pin bar, in this case, this is a bullish pin bar. If you form a bullish pin bar, but the bulls don't fully convince you by what? Going above the range of that pin bar, or only for the bears to come down and break their lowest point, then it's like this guy never existed. In this case, you did have this, but the price never went up above this. The price never went there, which is like, it's pointless. It's pointless. So that's why we were looking, saying, okay, maybe I have confirmation, but if it doesn't go there, it doesn't complete the confirmation that you wanted. So you never had a reason to enter again. And then from there, it just went all the way down and swallowed this and swallowed that. So if you are to assess this level that I marked, what did it do? After the price, after forming this level, after forming this pause and going down, it broke zone number 1, and it broke zone number 2, and it broke the bullish trend line, which means this level is quite strong. It's quite strong. So when the price gets here, you can start searching for trades to go down. You shouldn't just jump in simply because, usually I would use let's remove this so that it doesn't create a mess. I want to make sure that you understand. So usually I would just go in sometimes with like a sort of a buy limit, and just say, because that level is strong, it broke the two areas of support, and it broke a bullish trend line, I can just go and put sell limit here and not wait for confirmation. In this case, I suggest you wait for confirmation, simply because for the price to go here, it has to take out your bearish trend line. So already you can see your bearish, the bears are suffering. If it goes there and then the trend line is suffered, then you need to be worried a bit. That's why you need to wait for confirmation. And again, keep in mind that on daily, the trend line there, we said not yet broken. Yes, the support has been broken, but the trend line is not yet broken. This is not a breakout of a trend line on daily. So those are the reasons why you need to be careful when you are trying to take that trade on H4, this one. But it's a nice level. It gave you more than enough in terms of what it did, but it's not 100% to a point where I would just go there and say buy, without even thinking twice. So that's all that you can expect from this one. Let's check what's happening on the small time frame. Even though I don't like them, I do not like them. Let's just update. Here is the trend line. Let's remove the H4 zone. So this is the trend line, and it's the same trend line that you had on H4. Oh, okay. On H1 looks like there's something here. So on H1, you can see the price was moving down nicely. It was giving you this. At some point, your trend line was there, and let's see, it was here. At some point, the trend line was there. Because of what? This was the point that gave you the lower low at some point, right? So meaning during that time, you could take this because of what? This level is the one that gave you this nice move to the upside, consolidating away, playing away from the level, giving you enough profit margin, enough risk to reward, and then you could take it from there. You could just go with the sell limit, or you could wait for confirmation. There you have your what? Your bearish pin bar, and the price managed to break below it, and then from there it just took off. That's what you want. If you form a bearish pin bar and you're looking to sell, yes, that thing says bearish, but if the bears don't manage to break the range of that, then and then remember, that was your trend line, right? But because now the trend line, the way we drew it, it was accommodating this point. Why? That's why it has to touch exactly the highest point there, because this is the point that gave you the last push to the downside, and then that's when you got your trade here, right? Now the price is gone, and you need to say, oh, now there's a second point here, and it gave me a new lower low. Remember, this was the point when it gave me a lower low compared to that. Now we have a lower low compared to the one that we were saying it's a lower low, which means because I have a new lower low, this point here has to be part of the trend line. Then you have to update. You have to update your trend line. It's either you decide to put it here, you can decide to put it there. It's up to you. This is still fine. Or even if you still keep it from there and then do it like this, still fine and it's still not broken. So it's up to you, which means now on H1, everything is still pointing to the downside, and this is a zone here, a resistance. So you can see if the price is going to give you a reason to sell there, because there's your resistance, and you're saying you have your trend line there or you have it here. So you can look for selling trades from where the price is currently. I don't see anything as yet, but look for, and if you're trading H1, you can look to sell from there. If you don't get a reason to sell, then you don't have a trade. But for now, let's see how the price is going to react from there. So that's basically all that you can expect from VIX75. And I hope the guy that said that asked me to do this analysis, saying that now there's a new candlestick on monthly, it doesn't change anything, man. The structure on monthly takes a very long time to change. So the price action within this is the first week of the month. So this happened in the past 3 days. So this is the price action for the past 3 days. We're at third now. So it doesn't change anything. There was no trend line broken. There was no support broken. There was no resistance broken on this chart. So that just because you have a new candlestick on the higher time frame does not mean you should do another analysis, man. You mark your levels. You know that they're still far. It's gonna take a while before they get challenged. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end it like that. And then for those that are interested in the mentorship or learning this style of trading, you can always leave a comment, or you can contact me on the number. Okay, let me write it so that you can see it. You can contact me on Telegram, and then we'll take it from there. Yes, you can use this number and contact me, because I saw on TikTok, on my TikTok account, already there's a guy that tried to steal my work. I hope no one is gonna get scammed, guys. So I changed my profile picture that side to put something that has got this number. Even on the videos that I'm posting that side these days, I'm gonna put this number. So if there's someone that's texting you, telling you about investments or anything like that, don't. That's not me. That's not me. If it's not this number, then it's not me. It's not me. All right, guys. So I think we're gonna end it like that. If you're interested, you let me know. You just text me, and then we'll take it from there. So that's all that you can expect from VIX75. I hope this video was helpful, and if it was, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon, and then I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.